The Punguza Mzigo has enticing words, but the content is so toxic to be consumed. It erodes the gains of the 2010 Constitution. Members highlighted the downfalls that this Punguza Mzigo is creating on the gains of the 2010 Constitution. Once it disorganizes the two-third gender principles that created equity in both levels of parliament, both the Senate and the National Parliament. We rejected also it didn't carry or capture the views of the public during its composition. I can confirm that these people never went to my ward, neither any part of this county that we represent as members of the county assembly. This Punguza Mzigo also carries a 7-term presidential term, which to my opinion creates an irresponsible leaders who occupy offices for a term of period, and when they finish, they know that the constitution doesn't allow them to run for re-election. So they do whatever they feel like in the offices. Whereas in the developed countries like US, a superpower country, have allowed such kind of balances so that when someone does something, he does it for the benefit of these people because he knows that he is going for re-election or he wants to leave a legacy for the 2-term he is representing. But when you introduce a 1-term, 7-term presidential term, it creates an irresponsible leadership who doesn't favor the values of the people that he represents in that term.
One of the reasons, according to the Constitution 257, the Popular Initiative has not considered public participation. It is not people-driven. Our people's views were never collected, including us, honorable members of the County Assembly. Another reason is about it is creating a lot of conflicting roles. It is saying that the Senate should be an upper house without amending Article 95 of the Constitution. And also it is talking about giving the auditor report to the DCI and the DPP without considering amending Article 226 of the Constitution, which gives the powers the Attorney General to give his report to the National Assembly and people representatives. Another issue is about creating 47 members of the National Assembly from 290 members. That is being very ambitious, and that is lacking the best representation at the grassroots. If you know, our people have got diversity, and there was a reason to create those positions in the 2010 Constitution. That is minorities, diversity, and and those people will be disadvantaged, including the marginalized. If you read Article 100 of the Constitution, Article 177B and C, those will be no relevance to the Constitution of Kenya.
It has not catered for the marginalized people and women also. And by abolishing the deputy governor position and the 7-year presidency term, because it will bring anarchy to this country. And reducing the constituencies from 290 to 47 constituencies.
What is the problem with this Punguza Mzigo amendment bill is that
those 2 points, in my view, will take away representation from our people.
I wish to repeat that I support the motion to reject the Punguza Mzigo bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
It is very careless because this issue of representation is matter which has evolved for a long time.
Even though the gentleman is also a friend, but I think the president takes this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to start first by
representation 50-50, and you disregard people who are historically marginalized.
That's honorable members, that is with the right edge. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I conclude to cater for every county or every person in the marginalized community. It also did not have the data for the marginalized groups.
Ifike wala mlenipiga kura niruke dada niende nipige kura. Hiyo Mr. Speaker itatuletea shida kubwa sana, na ndio maana tunasema punguza mzigo haitufai na tunapinga kupitisha hii mswada. Asante.
Article 100 of the Constitution is amended by deleting paragraph A and E. Paragraph A, it speaks about women and marginalized people. So, Mr. Speaker, the bill tends to bring resources closer to the people at the grassroots level, and how will the special interest groups, the women, the youth, people living with disability, how are they going to be represented at the devolved units? They are going to be locked out from the government, Mr. Speaker.
Ieleweke vizuri na salama. Na ingekuwa ni imani raia wanapenda. Lakini sasa vile inaonekana hiki kitu haijaeleka vizuri na raia hawana imani.
More identity in other members. I want to make some apologies to the members of the press.
To deal with something which we know that is for posterity and which is not paramount.
Walipitisha mswada na kusema hawajaelewana na hii Mzigo.
Pursuant to Article 2575 and 6 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, this County Assembly resolves to reject the Punguza Mzigo Constitutional Amendment Bill 2019. As many as not opinion say aye. Aye. As many as not opinion say nay. Rise have it. Therefore, honorable members, because of your decision tomorrow, we will send the certificate of rejection to the Speaker of the Senate and the Speaker of the National Assembly.